Howdy, fellow space dogs, and welcome to Everspace. My name is Luminous, but you can just call me Lumi. Everspace is a 6-axis fighter roguelike with a little bit of exploration and crafting thrown in. I did play quite a bit of Everspace during the early access phase, and it was recently released in its entirety. We will be starting with a fresh game today, but first let's have a look around and see what we are getting ourselves into. First off, there are 3 ships available: the Interceptor, the Scout, and the Gunship. The Interceptor is a great all-around ship, allowing for medium speeds, access to most of the weapons, and the best all-around starter. Next we have the Scout, which offers much improved speed, but weaker shields and hull. Finally, we have the Gunship. Gunships can take loads of damage, but limited speed capabilities. Personally, I prefer the Interceptor, and this is the ship that we're going to be using for the majority of this run. Here we have the perks that you will be able to unlock with credits you earn from each of your runs. Things such as hull improvements, radar improvements, pretty much anything that you can think of are here. There are 2 sections here: the pilot perks up at the top and the ship-specific perks down here at the bottom. I highly recommend that you upgrade the pilot perks first, as those will apply to all of your ships, not just the one that you're using. Here we have the stats screen, where you can see your current bonus objectives as well as your completed objectives. These objectives are not part of, the story, but they're great ways to make extra credit. Over here we have the codex screen, and we can see extra information about factions, characters, places, and different corporations that we encounter throughout the game. As I mentioned, we will be starting a new game, so I will reset the game now, and I will see you guys in a moment. All right, and we are back. So we are starting a new game now. So let's get into it. Now, you can choose either first person or third person. Personally, I prefer third person, so that's what we're going to be doing. No, we do not want the inverted axis.
Something's not right with me. I'm having memory loops. There was a dispute. I was standing in the way of their plans. I was restrained. Shot with something. Who is this? I managed to escape. That's all I can remember. I must find some answers.
All right, so 6 axis. So
activating automatic assistance. Stand by.
Assistance? I suppose I could give some pointers.
So let's travel to this waypoint here. Move forward with left trigger, backwards with right button.
Well, that seems easy enough.
Well, that was quick. So if we press in the right stick, we can lock on, and right trigger will allow us to shoot.
The next targets have shields. First, use the pulse laser to deplete their shields. When the shields are down, use the Gatling gun to inflict greater hull damage.
Okay.
Now, we can also see the green bar in the center. That is how much energy we have. Boost things such as boosting and using weapons will prevent us, or will use up that charge. So let's go ahead and get this guy's shield down. Switch to the Gatling gun and take him out. Woo! There we go. On to the next one. Back to the pulse laser. Get the rest of his shields down.
Use missiles on the next targets. Set a target lock before shooting so the missiles can home in.
Now, up at the top, you can see the light missiles. Those are really good against the initial fighters. And we just hit the right bumper for those. There we go.
It appears as if you're ready for the next stage. I have created a jump target. Aim towards it and hold steady to leave the orbit. After each transit, your jump drive requires a cooling down phase. As soon as it is ready for another jump, I will create one.
And off to the next sector. Now, here's our space map. We can see that we have multiple routes that we can take. Once we get further into the game and we start unlocking perks, we can actually see the threat levels of each jump point and different things that we may want to go and see. Let's just go ahead and go with this one. That's fine.
As you can see from your fuel gauge, a substantial amount was consumed during transit. You should aim to refill the jump drive completely. There is a mineable asteroid nearby. Shoot at it to extract fuel.
I forgot about this part. Yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of tutorial here in the beginning. And then we'll start getting into some real good combat. So one of the things you want to make sure of...
Remaining well provisioned is key to survival in the cluster. Before leaving the orbit, it is recommended you explore the location for resources.
So as we can see, the fuel is red. So we're currently at max fuel. We can't pick up any more. We still have some mineable fuel to be had, though. These nodes are completely destructible, and we want to make sure that we destroy all parts of the node to get, there we go, fully mined. So let's go over here to the waypoint, where apparently there's some goodies for us to pick up. Oh, tech container.
I have located a container at some distance.
Ah, resources.
And a
So here we have our weapons. Anytime that we have weapons that cannot currently be equipped, we get the option to either swap them out or salvage them for parts. This is a beam laser, which is a really great weapon, and I'm going to go ahead and swap that out for our pulse laser, and then salvage the old one.
Don't have a free slot to install it. Decide for yourself whether you want to equip or salvage it. There is an outlaw ship incoming. I would advise activating your weapon overdrive in order to prepare for the encounter.
Switch to our beam laser.
This will enhance your weapon damage considerably.
I like the sound of that.
Oh yeah. Look at that baby burn.
Crafting and upgrading your equipment. It appears, however, that we have exhausted our possibilities here. I suggest advancing to the next location.
Next system coming up. So this is basically the whole game. We jump from system to system, getting as many resources and earning as many credits as we can until eventually we die. So, let's move on to the next system.
What's my objective?
Reaching your destination.
And where is that?
It's still a long way to go. You will understand more when we get there.
I would prefer some more substance to your answers.
Boosting, firing energy weapons, and using devices consumes energy. Pay attention to the energy bar below the crosshair. It might be smart to wait for the energy to recharge before going into the next fight. Bring your ship to a full stop in order to increase recharge speed.
It appears we have stumbled upon an outlaw base. Scavengers and raiders of every degree ply the demilitarized zone using these hidden structures to launch operations. I would advise caution on approach.
Maybe it's worth the risk.
Oh, we're getting shot from behind. Who's that? Oh, it's a drone. Drones are pretty easy, although sometimes they can be a little bit more maneuverable than the actual fighters. And we'll just use a missile to take out that last one. And most of the time, drones are really, really annoying. Oh my god, are they annoying. So we have a plasma cloud over here.
Automatically when you are near.
That's convenient.
And we got 2 more bogeys coming in.
What am I picking up on the broadcast channel here?
The Okar are a reptilian race with a tendency towards reactive behavior. They are indigenous to the cluster, and the colonials uninvited guests. Distrust runs deep.
So yeah, the Okar are aliens. They will attack you on sight, and so will the outlaws. So over here we got some outlaw turrets. Let's go ahead and take those out. There we go. And open up these containers. Got some scrap.
By the looks of things.
Ooh, we got our first blueprint. Missile defense system. Have not played around with that, but we'll go ahead and take a look. These are gas containers, so if we destroy these, we'll get extra crafting parts. And there we go. So you have collected enough resources for crafting. Go to the equipment menu and see which items can be modified or crafted from scratch, as indicated by a blue icon in the slot's top right corner. Select the build new or upgrade option to open a crafting list. So here we have our equipment. As we can see, we have all of these. Let's see if we can build any more missiles. Yes, we can. We can build 1 missile. Great. So what we picked up was the missile defense system, which I believe is a device. Yep, here we go. Destroys all missiles within a certain range while active. Unfortunately, we need 4 crystal, 15 plasma, and 25 scrap to get that. Over here, we have our repair window. On the left, you can see how many nanobots we have in storage. Right now, we don't have any, but we usually get those from destroying other ships and sometimes in containers. Over on the right, we can see our hull and any damage that's been done to our hull. That's the red bar that's in the top left screen. As we lose hull damage, or as we take damage to the hull, we can use those nanobots in order to repair the hull. We can also see down here that we have component damage. Every once in a while, if we get damaged extremely bad or we run into things, certain parts can be damaged, such as life support system and inertial dampeners. Inertial dampeners sucks because, yeah, you're going to keep going whatever direction you're going in. Life support system, if that's damaged, you have a very limited time before you, well, die. And so you want to make sure that you have lots of nanobots and lots of components on hand in order to repair those when they go bad. Then we can see our star map. Currently we're on the 3rd system of this sector. We can also see that there's a jump gate at the end of the sector. The jump gate is going to allow us to travel to the next sector without using any fuel at all, which is really good. So right now, let's see what else we have in this sector. We'll just do a quick look around. See if we see anything interesting. Ah, yes. So over here we have a communication hub. If we go over to the communication hub and we hack it, then we'll send out a pulse and see everything else that's in this system. Now, usually these are guarded, We can see an outlaw missile turret right there. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Juke that missile. And go and hack the comm hub. Awesome.
As you have probably ascertained, hacking comm hubs has its benefits.
Sure does. So we can also see that we have some containers over here. We got some more light missiles. Awesome. Oh, no slots. Okay. Let's go ahead and salvage those for 6 scrap and 3 ore. And what is this? Oh, credits. Credits are always good. Always welcome. So we have a couple more containers over here, which now that we've hacked the comm hub, we can now see everything else that's in this system. Typically, your scanners only have limited range, so you can only see things that are very close to you. Shield breaker missiles. Those are nice, but we're just going to go ahead and salvage those for now. Once we start opening up slots, then we can go ahead and use them. Now, I much prefer the sensor relay because, as you can see, it increases the ship's sensor range by a small percentage, and that percentage is actually 40%. That's a lot. Don't really use the weapon overdrive too much, so I'm going to go ahead and swap this out and salvage the weapon overdrive. Got some plasma there too. So we have a plasma field over here. Let's go ahead and scoop up that while we decide what we're going to do next. So as you can see on the left the left part of the screen and on the bottom, we can see circles as well as a box. The box symbol obviously denotes a container, while the blue circles denote either mineable resources or resources that are just floating out. If a circle is gray, then that means that you are already maxed out of that resource and you can't pick up any more. So let's see what this is. Oh, we got some gas right here. So let's...
Raw materials. These are essential for crafting and upgrading, but you will require much more.
Now, that is a lot of hits we can see. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this sector before we start biting off more than we can chew. So we're gonna jump to the jump gate now. And we are currently at looks like what, 60% fuel left. So, reaching the next sector. You have reached the final location of this sector. Fly through the jump gate in order to reach the next sector. You won't be needing any fuel for the jump, which is great because fuel
Jump
is...
gates are the primary method of travel between systems. These were built by Gradient Brunt prospects for their mining drones to reach areas more efficiently.
Okay, thanks for the introduction. You want me to use this?
It is the only way to the next sector, so, yes.
Where were those other two? There's another drone.
Destruction is breathtaking.
Hostilities only ceased when resources were exhausted, forcing both sides to the negotiating table. The demilitarized zone was created as a buffer zone, monitored by the Okar authorities. Only time will heal the rift between the species.
Okay, so we just completed our first objective, which was to destroy 10 outlaw units. Like I said, we complete objectives and we get credits for them. Let's see, got another drone there and another drone right there. Excellent. Oh, right behind me. We'll just use a missile to take out that one. I'm not in the mood. Okay. I thought I saw something over here. Yes, there we go. Another container. Okay, so we got some mineable gas over there, and then we got another container over here. So these are what look like parts of spaceships. Usually we can find a bunch of containers in them. So we want to go and check them out as much as we can. Oh, nano kit. Okay. So nano kit repairs a random damage component. These are awesome because, yeah, they do it at random, but it's free. Don't really use the plasma mines that much, so I'm going to go ahead and salvage those and keep the kit. Alright, so we have some processors over here. Another craftable material. Oh! Where is... see? See? Sensor drone. Sensor drones are awesome. Increases sensor range by 200% of its base value. Yeah. I like it. So let's see, check out our sensor drone. So hold B and we spawn a drone. So we can see over in the top left that we now have 1 of 1 drones. These drones will follow us through the sectors. So that's always good. And we can now see that there's another container over here. We got 267 credits and 6 gel. And what else is there? See. Yes, more processors over here. And we got a service station. Awesome. Okay, let's go check out the service station and see if they want to buy anything that we're selling. Let's get some gas first. It's always good to load up on crafting materials before you go and see the service stations, because, you know, sometimes they want to buy. And if you don't have anything to sell, then, well, you're shut out of luck.
Do you know what happens in a service station?
I thought I asked the questions here.
Do you?
Refuel? Trade parts?
You're learning.
So we went ahead and refilled completely. Now, some service stations will only have a few things. Some service stations will have everything. It really just depends on which one gets spawned at the time. So all of these sectors are randomly spawned, and everything is randomly generated. So you never know what you're going to get. You could go through 100 jumps and never see the same system twice. And believe me, I've been through a lot of jumps. All right. So we're going to go around here to the front. We can always tell the front because that's the pokey end. We'll just hover right here and connect to the jump gate. And on to the next sector.
Strange. Fragments of memories. Trying to make sense of them. I had managed to escape. I was weak and ill. My cells were deteriorating. A deadly poison. A cytotoxin. Slow. Relentless. Eating me away. There was a way to halt its progress, but it would take time. All I could do was set the wheels in motion. And await the outcome in stasis. A long, uncertain sleep.
Oh, wow.
Myself again. Dying.
This must be a memory from your original. Apparently a flaw in the transference protocol. The Eterna system was meant to filter such personal recollections.
Wait, what are you saying? My original? I'm
A clone, yes. Usually this is not realized by limited use copies. The function of Eterna was to pass on operational skills, such as piloting. But it seems that something has gone wrong here.
Stop. This is a lot to take on board all at once. Why is this happening? Who am I? Who is my original?
I have no information on that. Perhaps there is a purpose to this aberration which will become clear upon reaching the coordinates given. I have no answers, unfortunately, but I am as curious as you are.
Oh, that's a lot of credits.
More credits?
So, as you saw when we jumped in, there was an elite fighter. Elite fighters are much more difficult than regular fighters. However, we had G and B here to cover our asses. Let's see, so we got an Okar down there. We got a bunch of stuff in here. Let's go ahead and get some of this crystal in here. So, like I said, you want to make sure that you get all parts of mineable nodes, because only then will you get everything out of it. There we go. Crystal fully mined. Let's see, where's the others? Yeah, we got some more over here. There we go. Got 2 more items that can now be crafted. The other thing that I like about asteroids is that if you go inside them, you can easily see everything in the surrounding areas. So let's see, we got some mineable crystals over there, mineable ore there, mineable ore, freighter wreck. We're definitely going to go to the freighter wreck next. And then what do we have over here? Light missiles. Okay. Yeah, so freighter wreck, that was over here. Yep. So let's go check that out now. What you don't want to do is kill all of your opponents too quickly, because then that just limits the amount of time that you're going to be able to spend just running around and collecting things. So we want to kill the glowy things. Yeah, glowy things die. Ooh, sensor relay and Mark II. Yeah, thank you. Scrap the old one. Get some scrap out of that. Okay. So, Okar fighter over here, and as well as a giant asteroid. Now, these giant asteroids are not only good for crystals, but invariably there's a container or two around them. So we want to make sure that we scope those out pretty well. Alright, so that fighter's inbound. Let's kill it before it even gets to us. There we go. Kill that drone, and we got another drone over here. Boom. Alright. Oh. Yep, so there we go. There's a container. Got some nanobots, some scrap. So right now we are at 372 of 450. So let's go ahead and use those nanobots, and you can see that our hull is now slowly being repaired. We can upgrade perks in order to make that go faster. Just destroy those mines, because yeah, mines are no good. Definitely don't want to be hitting those. There we go. Fully mined. Alright. And let's see, we got 2.9 there and 2.4. It doesn't really matter which one we get first. So we'll just go to this one. We'll just pick up everything we can before we jump to the next system. Where was that? Oh, over here. There we go. Let's see, we got some fuel over there. Those light missiles. Let's get those light missiles and just salvage them. There we go. And let's check out this old mining facility. No, nothing here. Alright. Looks like this sector is good, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, which one do we want to use? Let's Let's just go for the first one. That's fine. Since we can't see what it is.
A jump suppressor is active nearby.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Well, do something about it.
Oh, no.
The higher the signal strength, the closer you are.
Yeah, that's a Corvette over there. Corvettes are extremely difficult to take down, especially in the early stages. Let's take these guys out.
Operators with varying affiliations, profiting from trafficking, extortion, illegal weapons trading, piracy, clone smuggling.
Maybe they have something I need.
Alright, so we can see up in the top that our signal is that the signal's at 6%. So depending on where we go in this system will determine how strong it is. And that's typically how you can figure out where that jump suppressor is. I really hope that it's not inside the Corvette like it is sometimes, because yeah, we're not going to be able to take that Corvette down. So if we go this way, it doesn't really do anything. So if we go this way, yeah, it's definitely over here by the Corvette. If it's not the Corvette, so it's not over that way. Oh man, those guys want a piece of us. Oh no, it is the Corvette. Oh.
This big boy looks dangerous.
Okay.
Corvette. It is indeed most very likely to be hazardous to your general well-being.
So let's gather up our energy. Oh, it looks like it's on top. Okay. Yeah, it's that blue thing right there on top. So let's get in quick. There we go. And let's get out of here. Yeah, we do not want to mess with that Corvette. Oh no, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Hide right here. Oh, we can't get out. There we go. Okay. Looks like we got a minefield over here. Oh man. In fact, that is where we are going to stop for today, guys. So, thank you for joining me. I'm Lumi, signing off.